Hey everybody, it's Friday night. It's Gail, and we're here doing Friday Night Glam. So, welcome to everybody. This banner is to remind you to get the Mary Kay Mirror Me app. So, let's start there. Please get the Mirror Me app. Take your Take some selfies of yourself with makeup on. Send them to me. I'll make some recommendations. It also gives me an idea of your face shape, your eye shape. So, let's do a little backing up and go over what we've done, what we have done. This is a half hour of Friday Glam. So I just want to let you know that I'm going to see if I can do some comments. We're going to go over what we did, what we've gone over the last couple of weeks. So last week, 2 weeks ago, we talked about actually 2 weeks ago, I didn't do anything last Friday with you guys. So 2 weeks ago, we talked about the first two eye shapes we talked about, which was hooded eyes and droopy eyes. And that's what I have. So that's where I started, hooded eyes and droopy eyes. If you want to go back, it's on my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, look for Gail Hopwood, and I'm on the YouTube channel. So you can check out anything you've missed. So if you are a droopy eye or a hooded eye person and missed last session, go back and look at it. So tonight we're going to talk about the two opposites, deep set eyes and prominent eyes. So I'm going to give you some ideas for that. Let me go over some things that you absolutely need when you're doing eye makeup. Of course, you need your brush sets. That paper shouldn't be in there, your brushes. And these are the three important brushes that you should have. And here's the truth, guys. You need four of them, actually. And you really need doubles. So these brushes are the smudger brush, the crease brush, the smudger brush, the all over eye brush, and the cream color and concealer brush. These are what you definitely need. And here's the deal. You really need two of the cream concealer brush, and you really need two of the all over eye brush. These you can manage with one each if you don't mind cleaning them every day. So you're going to clean it with a brush cleansing spray. Every time you use it, just wipe it on a paper towel, not a Kleenex, a paper towel. Kleenex tends to break down, or toilet paper tends to break down, but you can spray the brush cleanser on your brushes, wipe them quickly, and that's a good for every day. And then once a week, you really want to do a deep cleansing of your brushes. These two, you can get away with one each if you don't mind cleaning them every day. These two, you probably want to each, even manage with these ones, like more than you can use it for 2 days, but you really want to clean them as much as possible. So these are the brushes you need. I'm going to take off this banner. Let's see, hide that banner. But remember, I'm asking you to get the Mirror Me app. So thank you for logging in. The other things you need to have with you when you're doing eye makeup, of course, you're probably doing it at the same time as your makeup, is your eye primer. This is important. The Mary Kay eye primer. It's only a little bitty tube, and it's very inexpensive. I think this is 12. It's a little bitty tube, but you need a little bitty drop. So this is important, this little eye primer. And the other things that you really need are two of the concealers. You need a concealer in your eye color. And if you have beige, ivory beige, or very light bronze skin, you need the under eye corrector. If you are bronze, deep bronze to ebony, don't use the under eye corrector. Just use the concealer in your shade, the perfecting concealer. But if you have light bronze, very light bronze, like cafe au lait, down to ivory, you do want the under eye corrector. The under eye corrector has, remember we talked about the color wheel, and the under eye corrector has the opposite of the color wheel to help correct any darkness under the eye. So these two products you should have on hand, the eye primer, and of course your brushes in multiples. That's all I'm going to say about that. So you want to get your eyes prepped. And so to prep your eyes, you're going to put on the eye primer. I do like to put it on with my cream concealer brush. it goes on better. But if you want, you can put it on with your finger. You just need a little bit. So you're probably going to take, let me see, about, meanwhile I'm dropping, about that much, literally that much. And if you're doing with your fingers, of course you want to use your ring fingers, because ring fingers are for around the eyes. You want to pat it together so it's warm. Hi, Elaine. And then you want to get it all over your eyelids from lash line up to the brow. So basically that's all you need. One, but if you want to do it with your brush, you're going to put it on the back of your hand, just a little dot on the back of your hand. Take your brush and get it all over your eyes. Brushes are really good, but you know, if you're sometimes in a hurry and I just need to do that, get it all over the eyes, and I just literally do this. But idea is to get it warmed on your fingers and then get it all over your eyes, and that's the eye primer. That's important. The other thing you want to have with you, again, I always teach the right way. Sometimes we're in a hurry, we don't do every step. So then the other thing you want to do is you want to do the perfecting concealer in your color, and then you definitely want to use this brush. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your perfecting concealer, and you can either dot it on your lid or dot it on the back of your hand, and then you're going to take the brush and you're going to blend it all over with your cream eye color brush. And then you're really going to make sure it goes in and it goes from the lash line up to the brow. These two products will really help to keep your eye makeup on. Hi, Sherry. And those are the items that you desperately need on your eyes. Of course, if you're in a desperate hurry, if you're running late to work, and you just want to use one, use the eye primer. Use just the eye primer. But if you want to do it right, you're going to use both. You know how it is in school, they teach you the right way, and then we always figure out a little way around it, and we do the cheaty thing, and we do like the lazy girl way. But if you have to use one, use this one. So those are the items that you need. Okay, so when you're doing the prep, and of course you have to have your colors with you. This is my compact. These are all my colors, and I've got them set out in mattes and more shimmers, and then of course light to dark, and then the deeper ones over here. So basically these are my midtones, mattes, midtones, highlights, and I'm sorry, shimmers for the lightening, and then the accent colors or the eye shaping colors all over here. So you want to set it up the way you want it. And there we go. So today we are going to talk about, when somebody says, hi, Gail, because my moderator is not on, I give her Friday night off. If somebody says, hi, Gail, all I can see is says Facebook user, hi, Gail. So if you want me to know your name on Friday nights when my moderator is not on, just put your name. Otherwise, we're all good. All right. So today we're going to go over, as I said, the two opposing eye shapes. And let me remind you that light brings forward and dark brings back. We've talked about that. Now, I've got my contacts in, and I want you to notice I've got light in the corner and dark around the edges to contour. I have got droopy and hooded, so I really have to work on the area that I want to bring back, the contour. Take it back. I want to lighten my lid, and I want to bring my eyes up. Can you see where I brought it up to get rid of that droopy look? So we talked about those last time. So if you want to go back and look at that, I also want to let you know I have no eye color at all up here. I actually have a little bit of a matte, but that's my concealer in my shade because I'm in the light. Remember, we talked about the light. You don't want the shimmer on your eyelids when you're in a direct light like you're doing a filming here. Now, in the daytime, in the daylight, it's great. We have a color called crystalline or crystalline. That is a great color. It's great. But if I have light coming on me, I do not want to put it there because all you're going to see is shimmer, 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 and you don't want to detract up here. You want to bring forward here. Now, the crystalline is here. Can you see how it's got a little bit of a shimmer, and see how you can see it in the light? I just want to show you, and I know I'm giving you different skin tones. With dark skin tones, you do not want to use crystalline. There are other colors you can use, but you're not using that. So I'm just going to share that with you. All right, so now we're going to get our eyes prepped. We're going to do our eye primer, and we're going to do our perfecting concealer in the shade of your skin, your correcting shade. And this is particularly important, or most important, if you've got darker eyelids or you've got uneven tone eyelids. So you're going to get a flat, matte, a canvas, a good canvas to start painting on. Okay, let's talk about deep set eyes. Deep set eyes are eyes that are set deep into the skull. Sometimes people refer to them as hollow eyes. I don't. It's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty word. When eyes are deep, and as we get older, they seem to get deeper, and that's when people can talk about being hollow eyes. But there are a lot of young people, you're just born with deep set eyes. That means the brow bone is actually is more forward than the eye itself is back. So again, let's think about colors. If light brings forward and dark sends back, and the eyes are set back, we want to do the opposite, and we want to bring them forward. So you're going to take your lightest color, and for deep set eyes, you want to get your lightest color all over the lid. I mean, like all over the lid. And then you're going to open your eye, and you're going to, and that would be on the all over brush, which is this one. Great shape. It's got a more rounded shape. So you're going to get it all over your lid, all over, even above your natural crease. It's going to go above your natural crease, because then we can add to that afterwards, okay? Then you're going to look in the mirror, and you're going to take your mid-tone from the, just like if you're looking straight in the mirror and open your eyes wide, and where your lashes touch, that's where you're going to take your mid-tone from here all the way up, literally all the way up. You like where I have no color here, you're going to take your mid-tone all the way up to your eyebrow. You might want to leave just a little tiny squeezy teeny piece right up here where you put a little light color, and if you want to put a little shimmer here, you can. But basically your mid-tone is going to take the entire area from here up. Remember, these are eyes that are deep set, so we want the brow area to be pushed back, which means darker, and the eyelid to come forward, which means lighter. So light from lash line to where your eye sinks in, and then when your brow bone starts, with your brow bone, you want it pushed back, so your color goes from your brow bone, the part of your bone, all the way up to your lid. And then you're going to take your accent color, your shaping color. You really want to use this great brush here, this rounded smudger brush, and you're going to take your darker color, and you're going to again bring it above and circle around. So this area, you really want to keep this entire area light if you're deep set. So I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to show you how to do the deep set eyes, and I've got a big old picture. Let's see if you can see this. All right, so the first one, I'm trying to read it while I'm talking to you. The first one is the highlight color, and you can see the highlight is over the entire lid, and that's your lightest color. And it can be a shimmer and it can be a matte, but a shimmer is good, not a sparkle. A shimmer, like a pearl. A pearl shimmer is good. So your highlight shade is going to be applied to the eyelid. I'm trying to get it into the camera. To the eyelid and in the crease, right up to the crease. Do you see that? Then you're going to take your mid-tone shade, and you're going to take your mid-tone shade from the crease all the way up to the brow. From the crease all the way, if you can read it, it's I'm sorry, I keep moving it. from the crease all the way up to the brow. As you can see, that mid-tone shade is literally all the way up to the brow, because that's the brow bone that you want to push it back. So all the light on the lid and the mid-tone up to the crease. And then you're going to take your accent shade or your your other shaping shade, and you're going to apply to the outer corner and again above the crease. So, because you want that to push the bone back. Now, you don't want it to look like, the straight lines like we have on the picture. You want it to be blended. You want to be blended when you get here. But you want this darker shade here, and you can even blend it up. You can look at your own eye and see much. Got my camera to get back in. You can always look at your own eye and see how it's looking. Just keep looking at the camera, keep blending, keep pushing the brow bone back, bringing the eyelid forward. When we talk about eyeliner, I'm going to give you some other tips for that. But this is how you do a deep set eye. Just remember, keep saying it. I'm going to keep reminding you, light brings forward, dark brings back. So if you've got a deep set eye, you want the deep set part coming forward, and you want the brow bone, which is more forward, you want it to go back. So that's the deep set eye. So if you've got a deep set eye, this is how you do it. Again, if you will send me your eye shape, I will send you this on a PDF and you can print it out. Okay. So this is another way to do it. This is another picture. I find the other one easier, but this gives you the deep set, how you can do the deep set eye. Do you see how it brings the color up? But I find that one easier, to be honest with you. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is a prominent eye. Now, if you can think about it, a prominent eye is pushed forward, and that's when the eye itself is more forward than the brow bone. It's prominent. Some people call them bug eyes. I don't, just like I don't call them hollow eyes. But the name of it is prominent eye, where the brow can actually be on the same angle. Most of us have eyes sunken in above our brows. I mean, the good Lord created us that so it stops dust falling. We should have a brow, but some people have a more prominent eye. Some people can actually have the eye even more prominent than the brow bone. And oftentimes there's a little bit of extra prominent skin under here too. So sometimes the eye is really, really forward. So let's think about this. If the eye is forward and we want to push it back, we're going to do dark. Dark pushes back. And if the brow is back and we want to bring it forward, we want to lighten it. So the prominent eye is, you're going to take, remember the eye itself is out and the brow bone is back. So if you want, you are going to do, let me try and take, so you're going to start, let's start here. We're going to start at the base of your eyelid with your light mid-tone, with your mid-tone color, your darker color, because remember prominent is forward, you want to get it back. So you're going to take your mid-tone color and you're going to start at the lid and you're going to get that mid-tone all over the eye. You're going to get the mid-tone all over the eye, over the whole thing. Now, do you see this little tiny piece here? That's the only place you're going to put highlight right now. That's the only place. Do you see how sometimes there's a little prominence underneath as well? This is where highlight goes. No more than that. No more than a little teeny tiny spot up here, and your mid-tone is going to go all the way. If you think about your brow here and you just run that color straight from the edges of your brow lashes all the way, and just all you're going to miss is just a little arch there. But this mid-tone color, which is your skin tone or darker, is all over the lid again to push it back. Then you're going to take your accent color which is also your highlight, not your highlight, I'm sorry, your accent color. And I would make this your contour color. I would keep it darker and make it your contour color. And you want to get it all over the lid again. And when you open your eyes, you want to be able to see it. Do you see when your eyes open, you can see it? That's what you want. So you always want to be looking straight ahead, open your eyes until you can see the shade. I'm not talking like crazy wide open eyes, just normal conversation eyes so that you can see the shade. So when your eyes open, you want to see dark, dark here because dark is pushing back. You also want to use it under here because if your eye is prominent underneath as well, you want to get that same darker shade right here under the lash line. So mid-tone, mid-tone all over, mid-tone. There's going to be very little highlight. You prominent eye girls are going to use less highlighter than the deep set girls. They're totally opposite. Little tiny bit of highlight, mid-tone all over, even underneath a little bit, and then your contouring shade, which is darker, right here and underneath, all over the lid and underneath as well. So that's how you would do, I'm sorry, you weren't able to see it. So that's how you would do your prominent eyes, the more prominent eyes. So when you're looking straight, you're able to see this area here. And that's going to push that prominence back. If you, I wouldn't even recommend that you do any light in the corners here. If you want to, let me get my camera focused again. Camera. Okay. If you want to highlight the inside, you can do it more by the nose here. And you can do that with your perfecting concealer. But for the prominent eyes, everything here is going to be darker, 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 darker with a little teeny tip of highlighter here. And with your deep set eyes, it's the total opposite. So deep set eyes, you can do a smoky eye, but you want to do it with a lot of light and shimmer. Prominent eyes, a smoky eye is awesome for you because a smoky eye starts darker and goes lighter. So prominent eye ladies, smoky eye is your best friend. Deep set eye ladies, you really have to use a different method of doing a deep set eye and have a light hand with that. So that's the best information I can give you. Think about light and dark. It's always just think. So again, if you want to know which one, send me your face and I can show you. But here's the best way. Just look in the mirror. No makeup on, not raising your eyebrows, not smiling. Just look straight. I hate it when I look straight. I see my droopy eyes. I see everything I don't want to see. But just look straight. None of this brow, like thing. Just look straight and really take an assessment of your eye shape. And you know what, girls? People's left eye, right eye can be different. They honestly can be different eyes, not different shapes, but different eyes. Just like I told you earlier, your brows are not twins, they're sisters. Your eyes are not twins, they're sisters. And so also with both of these, brows are very important. We've gone over brows, but particularly with prominent eyes, brows are important because the prominent eyes seem to take the whole face. So if you can actually take the brow as a defining area that it kind of separates the whole, everything is one shape. Take your brow as a defining area and then do a prominent eye very beautifully with a smoky eye. As again, smoky eyes are prominent eye girl's best friend. So this is how you do your prominent eye. And then I've lost my sheet for here it is, the deep set eye. So I just wanted to cover those two. Now next week, I'm going to do two others. I'm going to do wide set eyes and close set eyes. But remember, a lot of people can have two. Like I have hooded and droopy. Like when I'm looking at myself in the bathroom with no eye makeup on and like yuck, first thing in the morning, and I am hooded and droopy. So I really focus on getting the outside so you can learn how to do all these tricks for yourself. Again, with prominent eyes, I should have told you, you do want to take your concealer in your shade and get it underneath also, because you also want to make sure there are no dark areas underneath. And again, the same with the deep set eyes, you can have the dark areas. But remember, for the prominent eyes, you want to get your color underneath your lid too. So everything is pushed back. You don't want a lot of light. You want definitely the shade underneath of yours. And we're going to talk about more about that. So those are the two. Next week, we're going to do close set and wide set eyes. So we'll have done the basic, the hooded, and the droopy, which often go together, the prominent and the deep set. And next week, we're going to do wide set and close set. So those will be the 7 eye shapes that we always talk about. But again, take a good look, do some practice, play around with it. Do one and look at the other one and see if you see a difference in how it looks. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And somebody just reminded me about the Mirror Me app. So I am going to remind you to get the Mirror Me app. Take a picture of your face without even makeup if you want, but just take a picture and send to me if you're not sure. But trust me, girls, take a mirror. You will know what you've got. You will know exactly. And you can learn all these tricks. It doesn't take much except practice. So again, if you have any questions, my moderator is not on tonight. I give my sister Friday nights off. So if you have questions, you can text me, you can call me, you can put a comment here, which I'll go back and look at. But that's it. So, we're 26 minutes today. Yay! That's under the half hour. I always try to keep you a Friday night glam quick. So next week, close set, wide set. And then the week after that, we're going to talk about eyeliner and how to use it with different shapes. And we're going to do some mascaras. By the time you finish with this, you'll be a major makeup artist. So thanks for watching, girls. And again, further down on the Facebook page, you should see some of the past ones. And if not, just go to my YouTube channel. They're all there. YouTube, Gail Hopwood, search for me. So that's it, girls. So thank you, thank you. Oh, and I need to let you know, today's the 28th. I'm looking at my calendar. This is the last day of earning the $100 gift basket for my customers. And we have 2 customers that were neck and neck. There might be 1 point between each one. I'm just letting you know. It's a $100 gift basket. So, I mean, not a gift basket, a gift certificate. So if there's only 1 point between, I'll ask you both, but I might do a 75 and a 25. If it's a tie, I'd have to do a 50-50, but if there's 1 point between, I'm going to look at all the numbers tonight. I might do a 75 and a 25 just to be fair, because you've been so great coming on Wednesdays and Fridays. So thank you, girls. See you. If you have any questions, let me know. And see you on Wednesday for skincare. Well, Wednesday is a question and answer. So send me your questions beforehand, and I'll do Q&A with some skincares we've covered. And then I'm going to talk about acne. Acne. You know what acne is? Acne is acne that is happening under a mask. So we're going to talk about how to care for your skin if you have to wear a mask. Now, you may not be the person who has to wear the mask all day, like a nurse or a teacher, but you might know somebody. And so why not be able to give them some tips or invite them on? So Wednesday, skincare, next Friday for another glam, half an hour. I'll see you, girls. Thanks so much for being on. Love you all. Hugs and kisses.